Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the final Testy Tuesday of March 2022. Yeah, let's say goodbye to March and let's welcome in April, the end of this week, so we can get some warmer weather, and have all those little flowers start popping up everywhere. I'm ready for it. Forget all the snow we've been having. Hey, we have something kind of interesting happening. We're moving this week from the Gospel of Luke for our Gospel reading back into John the 12th chapter, and we have something interesting happening. We have Jesus being anointed with oil, and that's something that happens in all four of the Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We don't often have a particular event that happens all the way across the board, but this is one of them. So here's the question for you. In the Gospels, who is it that anoints Jesus? Is it Mary Magdalene? Is it the other Mary? Is it Mary, the sister of Martha? Or is the answer, we just don't know? Think about that. Three of those answers had the name Mary, and the last one is we don't know. What do you think? Drum roll, please. The answer is, it just depends on which gospel you're reading. Yep. If you look in Matthew and Mark, there's no name given to this woman. No name. You get to Luke, she's not given a name there either. She's just called a sinner. And then when you get into John, it's Mary, the sister of Martha. Okay? Isn't that fascinating? Hey, since we're there, do you want to do another one too? Okay. When Jesus was anointed, where was he anointed? Not the place, but where on his body was he anointed? I'm going to give you only two answers and see if you get the right one. Was it on his head or was it on his feet? All right, the answer is, depends on which gospel you're reading. Yeah, in Matthew and Mark, it's Jesus was anointed on his head, which is the normal place that someone was anointed. Either it was a special occasion or a sign of reverence. It was a king or a priest being anointed. Yeah, on the head. And on the feet, John in our gospel lesson for this coming Sunday. And also Luke. Isn't that fascinating? Now, we could go on with this Testy Tuesday talking about this same event in Jesus' life, and I just go on and on and on and say, okay, where did it happen, meaning geographic placement? And again, the answer is going to be, it depends on which gospel you're reading. I could also say, okay, when in Jesus' ministry exactly did this happen? And once again, the answer is going to be, it depends on which gospel you're reading. So why all the discrepancies with this same event? Well, it could be that very likely, remember, these gospels are written well after Jesus has died and ascended, risen from the grave and ascended into heaven, okay? They're written down long after that. So you have these stories about Jesus that are being passed down from person to person to person and even generation to generation, right? And maybe they're not passed on all the same or not quite properly, if you will, if that's even something we should be discussing. But nevertheless, the story is being passed on. So there could be some differences in the details, but this is why it's so important when you read a gospel, read it for itself, for that gospel. Stop trying to make comparisons to the other ones to say, oh, this one's got to be right and this one isn't. No, they all are right in their own right, in that The gospel writer is bringing home a point to us that's very, very important. And really, truly, in every instance here, even though the time and the place and the person involved is all different, the same thing is happening. Jesus is being anointed for his death. And that is what we need to contemplate, to focus on, and realize that Jesus came to die for you and for me. Well, God's blessings be with you this day. I hope you passed the test, because actually you all did. No matter what answer you gave a correct answer. So have an awesome week, and come on, April. You can't get here soon enough. Blessings be with you.